Hey everyone, so you guys know I don't come to camera very often, but I'm back here again because there's actually a story circulating in the news that I'd really like to weigh in on. I have a take on this, and there's a lot of takes out there, and I think a lot of people are missing the spiritual point here, so I'm going to wade in at the risk of making myself very unpopular yet again, not the first time. So I'll just share my screen so we can have a look at this article. So I'm going to bring it up from GB News here. Okay. So, here we go. So the Church of England are debating stopping calling God he, and so there seems to be some sort of push for more general gender-neutral pronouns. I think they've spelt that wrong. So they're debating whether to stop calling God he, Father. So it brings a lot of aspects of Christianity and religion in general, particularly the Abrahamic religions, into question here. So it goes on to say about how they're thinking about changing that. You know, it is something that the Anglican Church specifically are considering doing at the moment. There's some dialogue going on there. They haven't actually come to a decision yet, and it's still unclear whether they would change any of the prayers. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to change the prayers, but of course, a lot of people have an opinion on this. A lot of people are absolutely up in arms going, no, this is the woke agenda, we can't let this happen, etc. You know, so you have people on the more conservative side, or the people who are just perhaps anti-woke, who don't like the WEF agenda, maybe, see with the changes that are happening in the world, are very, very uncomfortable. And so it's very easy to just jump in on this conversation and go, no, it's changed to a direction I think I don't like because it sounds like it's the woke agenda, therefore this is a bad thing. And then obviously you would have people on the other side, you know, who maybe are pro-acceptance, pro-inclusivity, saying, no, actually this is a really, really good thing. Well, I'm actually going to come at it from my angle today, which is a little bit different. And at the risk of shocking people, I think this is a great conversation that's happening at the moment. I'm very, very happy about it. I find this very positive indeed. Very positive indeed, and I will explain why. Just going to stop sharing my screen if I can work out how to do it. No, I can't. Doesn't matter. But this is the thing. What I'm looking at the moment... Oh, there's the button. We're looking at the Great Awakening. We know we're in this period of change. We know that we're in this period of awakening. And for me, this is just representative of that awakening. And as I've said many times before, we're in the really messy phase at the moment. This is the bit where everything's a bit of a mess. Everything's up in the air. We're like toddlers who are finger painting at the moment. You know, we're trying to find our bearings. We're trying to work out what's real, what's not real, what the world's truly about, so that we can grow as a species. We can grow spiritually. You know, we can, for want of a better word, ascend. I'm not sure I always like that word. It can come with some quite judgmental or egotistical overtones, but of course I mean it without those, as you guys know if you follow me. This is actually a very, very positive thing that's happening. So let's try not to jump in and judge it. Let's try not to be judgmental about this. Obviously, you know, if you are Christian and you're very, very set in your ways, you know, you don't want things to change. I understand that. I do. But as I've said for many years, actually I formed this opinion when I was a teenager, possibly before then. Who says God's a man? If God is everything, how can God possibly be masculine? God must encompass the masculine and feminine energies at the same time, must encompass the divine feminine and the divine masculine. So how could we possibly say otherwise? And of course you have people who have a spiritual-based business model, aka religions, who are very vested in a very specific version of the truth or of spirituality. You know, it's basically, that's all religion basically is. It's a business model or a way to control the people that's based on some spirituality. You know, and that's very much the old world now. That's the old patriarchal system. Notice it's all father, it's all male, it's very, very male dominant. And you know, many of us have said for years, and you may agree with this or you may not, where's the divine feminine and all that? The divine feminine was shut out a long time ago. She was disgraced. You know, if you go into Christianity, where are the women? Where's the feminine? Oh, well, you can either have a virgin or a whore. Oh, thanks. That's pathetic. That's not the divine feminine. That's like two very extreme examples. You know, and there's this whole denigrating of women within religion, which has kind of been papered over the years, and they've tried to hide. But that was at the origin of many of these belief systems as they were built up as churches. You know, women were very much second-class citizens, and as a result, the divine feminine was squashed down as well. And these religions, in particular, in my opinion, Christianity, has been very skewed for a long time. very, very skewed, very imbalanced. So it's time to bring back that balance with the masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine energy. So I love this question that's going on at the moment. You know, is God a father or is it mother? Well, technically, it would be both. Yes, God would be gender neutral, because if we consider God to be the divine origin of everything, the source of everything, how could God not be everything all at once? Because that's what God is at the end of the day. God is love, which is the divine energy that is everything. So therefore, God can express God's self as masculine or as feminine or as anything in between or other that we can't even think about or conceive of. So I'm really loving this conversation that's happening. I know a lot of people are getting upset about it, and I do understand why. I really do. Because I'm not a fan of the woke agenda. I'm not a fan of the WEF or the New World Order nonsense that they're trying to bring in. And I'm very much against all of that. But I'm also aware that they're not going to win. They've already lost. It's fine. You know, the people trying to control the world, it's slipping away from them more and more every day. It becomes more obvious to more people every day. And I have no concerns, because I know that in the ether they've already lost. It just has to play out in reality, in, well, what we call reality, in this 3D reality that we exist in at the moment. But from the other side of it, you can also do the right thing for the wrong reasons. And I want you to consider that. You can do the right thing for the wrong reasons. So whilst you may think it could be, from your standpoint, objectively wrong to pander to the woke crew or to the woke mob, which may well be what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not in their heads. It does seem to be the way the Church of England's going at the moment. But at the same time, they're right to be having this conversation. The divine feminine has been shut out from religion and spirituality for too long now, and it's time that they get with the times. It's time that they bring that back in again. And if this is what starts that conversation, then I'm all for it. So I would ask you to stay open-minded on this one. It's going to be a very, very interesting to see how this plays out. But that's just what I think. Please let me know what your opinion is of this in the comments. Please remember to be respectful if you leave a comment. Let's all be nice to each other. We are human beings. Please remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys very soon.